I thought you guys had a really interesting element of theater going on in a lot of these. To me, it was sort of like the first group was very conceptual, and you guys were sort of revolving around ideas, and you guys seem to be revolving more around experience, which I thought was really interesting, especially. Well, I mean, a couple of them are almost like fun houses, you know, as you were saying, you know, the path is completely marked out and the flow is completely determined, predetermined, which, you know, may or may not be a good thing. That's up for debate, but it's definitely interesting and different from the first group. And I, especially the first presentation I thought was interesting. Sean, I guess yours. I really liked how. In designing, you were trying to express emotions or ideas experientially, you know, as opposed to like, the music was completely represented, you know, like the feeling of the music was trying to be captured by the room, just purely the feeling, not like, oh, this melody line is similar, nothing aesthetic, you know, so much about sensation and the experience. I thought that was really interesting. I really liked that a lot. Just, you know, there's a lot of purity to that. And I thought that was very cool. With yours, Tim, is it? Yeah. I got a little bit confused by the floor plans and yeah. I was a little bit confused at that point, but I really liked how you. We talked about what the people in the area wanted. You know, that you were the only person to do that so far, and the idea of preservation and preserving the building to a great degree, but you know, bringing in evolution and you know, preserving the building but evolving it to bring in the green space. I thought that was really cool. I liked that a lot. And I guess that's all I have to say. I thought they were cool.
Riff on that, I think. Yeah, the infiltration of the green space was really interesting. I thought that was kind of tied into your evolution. Like the green space was evolving to creep into the space itself too. So I thought that was really interesting.
I'm just gonna say what I liked about everybody and Howard. Sean, I really liked your music and sound effects. And the plan, I like how you do, like you make, like you're like one of the first people to have interior inspections to show what the space is like. And your plan at shadow and kind of make the problem of the place, even though you're using the glass solid all. And I like how you use this. I thought you used scale well to like translate your intentions into concept, to invoke like certain senses. And Lisa, I really liked your I kind of like how you like offered the solution to all this like sort of like disease or psychological. And I thought it was interesting if you kind of, I mean like your kind of architecture was pretty simple. It's like stacked up boxes of like starting from danger to like resilience. I thought it would be interesting if you kind of like rearrange the boxes like as you go down. So like if you think you're cured at the top, and as you go down, you re-experience all the like kind of weird situation, and then you kind of see how you are after the cure. And Tim, I thought like using the existing silo structures to organize your space, it was very interesting and very, I don't know, I thought it was very contemporary. I see a lot of like architects doing that these days, like very like diagrammatic plans, like kind of, I don't know if that's useful. A lot of people are doing it, and I thought that was very contemporary. And but I thought maybe if you kind of, somebody already mentioned it, if you could kind of incorporate vertical spaces that are connected to different floors to see like the evolution in one sort of, you know, space. And I thought it would be like made up of, like, I really liked your scenarios, like, of, like, creating different sort of, experiences, but, I guess we didn't have a lot of, like, architecture to show, actual, how it's gonna be, played out formally, but, I thought it had a lot of potential, considering how all the shops you showed, you know, like Fairway and all the bookshops and all that stuff, that actually kind of a masquerade, because, like, it's not really serving, like, it's indigenous, I don't know, like, demographic, it's actually, like, it's kind of, it's actually providing jobs, but, you know, for the people who are already there, but they're not really kind of serving the people there, it's for the newbies and newcomers that are moving in, these days, like, so, I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting depiction of it. But all in all, I thought, like, there's one dangerous thing about these, like, sort of kind of translating your idea to architecture is that, like, you kind of romanticize about, like, what certain space is gonna do to, like, people with certain feelings of perspective people. It's kind of, like, you have to think carefully about it, because it might not, you can't really rely too heavily on it, because it might not actually work a lot of times. I mean, a lot of people are very insensitive. You know, if you just walk into a room with no window, they're like, okay, it's like, you know, it's like my bedroom, you know? I'd be just careful.
Well, I think to that degree, I would try to find as many precedents as you can with other built works. I mean, let's see. Tim, your project is about like these programmatic adjacencies. So you had all these different colors next to each other. So it reminded me of one of Bernard Schumy's projects where he put a running track right next to a library, or he like integrated it together. So that programmatic adjacency had its own implications and why he did that. Like, you see a guy running right in front of like this reading, you know, desk or whatever. So that has its own like exercise and, you know, study. So it has its own implications. So I'll look at different projects like that, and you can kind of study why they do what they did at that, you know, moment in time. So it can inform your ideas. And your idea of entrapment, it reminded me of Daniel Liebeskind's project in Berlin. It's the Jewish Museum. And that was all about the experiential kind of disorientation you have once you walk into the place. You walk in and the floor is slanted and rooms are going left and right, and it made you feel uncomfortable and like almost like dizzy. So like along with precedents, I would also suggest everybody to travel as much as you can and see as many buildings as you can, because it will inform a lot of your decisions.
I would echo that with, I mean, I think that it's really important for, at least in school and sort of in general for architects to have a concept, because it drives your project, it helps you to sort of move forward and to answer questions as you're designing, but you can only use that so far. Like, it only ever really gets realized in the publication of your work and in an academic setting, because the users rarely are aware of it, or codes and sort of programmatic implications end up overshadowing a lot of those intentions to a point where they're sort of visible only in exploded axonometrics, or, you know, in sort of like the way that we draw our projects. But I was really impressed with Sean and Lisa that the two of you were really trying to use discomfort as a design tool, which is almost the exact opposite of like what we do as a profession, which are to, you know, protect people from the elements and give them space and bring in light and make things, you know, make for healthy interior spaces, because we're not able to fend for ourselves like out in nature. And I like that element, and I think it's really fun to explore. But at a certain point, you have to take into consideration the user and to create a building for people who are claustrophobic, and to have the first space you come into like be their worst nightmare. I don't know